From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, February 2nd, 2016. Silver is trading at $14.30 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,126 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $376. Antiwar.com reports, according to the Joint Monitoring and Evaluation Commission responsible for overseeing the ceasefire in South Sudan, the nation's troops carried out a massacre in October in Unity State where they imprisoned 50 civilians in metal shipping containers, suffocating them to death. Reports of a large civilian death toll were investigated for months by the commission, who concluded it was the South Sudanese military that forced the civilians into the containers. This was one of several incidents in the report of civilians being killed by both government and rebel troops. South Sudan became an independent state in 2011 and fell into civil war in 2013 when the president accused his former vice president of an attempted coup. Supporters of the former vice president became the rebels, and fighting has raged ever since. Though there is a ceasefire in place now, both sides continue to accuse each other of violations, and there are constant concerns of the fighting resuming. Given how bloody the war has been so far, it's a concern with potentially huge ramifications for the fledgling nation. The Daily Decrypt is a Monday through Friday newscast about all the best news in cryptocurrencies and peer-to-peer networks. Know what's hot in the world of digital money, borderless trade, and cutting-edge communications. Available on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Facebook video. The Daily Decrypt is the news of the future. UPI reports diplomatic tensions are spiraling between China and Japan as territorial disputes show no signs of easing, and China has confirmed it has arrested a Japanese national for espionage. Japan's defense ministry said it has assembled a new squadron, the 9th Air Wing, of 40 F-15 fighter jets to protect Tokyo's claims over the disputed chain of islands known as the Senkakus. The squadron is the first to be established in 51 years by Japan's Air Self-Defense Force and includes 1,500 crew members. In January, Japan had warned of stronger responses to Chinese ships sailing near the islands, and Tokyo designated waters within a 12 nautical mile radius of disputed islands as its sovereign maritime zone. A Chinese warship reportedly sailed near the Senkaku Islands last November. The announcement comes at a time when Japan is increasingly aligning itself with U.S. operations in the South China Sea. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports the U.S. Justice Department said on Monday it would launch a review of the San Francisco Police Department in the wake of a fatal police shooting of a man that spurred protest and demands that the city's police chief be fired. Although the American Civil Liberties Union had asked for a federal investigation into the San Francisco Police Department following the death of Mario Woods at the hands of the police in December, the review will result only in recommendations, not court-enforceable reforms. At the conclusion of the reform, the Justice Department will give San Francisco Police a list of best practices it can follow to ensure fairness in its interactions with citizens. San Francisco Police will then report back to the Department of Justice on a periodic basis to show that it is following the practice. Other police departments, such as that of Baltimore, have asked the Department of Justice to conduct similar reviews of their policies following accusations of discrimination. Protests have flared in San Francisco over the fatal shooting on December 2nd of Woods, which was filmed by bystanders and described by San Francisco's public defender as unnecessary. Demonstrators have repeatedly called for Police Chief Greg Sears' ouster. In video recorded by onlookers, officers could be seen with their weapons pointed at Woods, who was standing with his back against the wall of a building. In the video, Woods does not seem to be holding anything when he is shot multiple times, although police have said they recovered a kitchen knife. Sears has said that Woods was a suspect in a stabbing, that he was holding a knife, and was a threat to officers who had tried to subdue him with pepper spray and beanbag rounds. His family filed a civil rights lawsuit against the city in December for wrongful death, describing his killing as a horrific public execution. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.